Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are back in Microsoft Flight Sim like always. It's probably a little bit noisy. As of right now, we're just loading up the cargo and the last little bit of it onto the aircraft here. And soon we'll be closing all the doors and pushing back here and heading down south to East Midlands, a big cargo hub. The flight is from Edinburgh, however you pronounce it, down south to East Midlands, Nottingham, with the 737-800 BCF bone converted freighter as West Atlantic. This is a real-world flight that this airline and aircraft does, so I decided to do it. And it's not a long flight, it's like about 45 minutes or so, 45-minute flight, so not that bad, which is nice. So for now, just sit back, relax, and we'll get ready on our departure and pushback. Alright, so all doors are closed and locked, and everything looks good. We're going to hop in the flight deck here and get everything set up. APU's already running, so we just have to turn that beacon light on and request pushback. Alright, so we're in the flight deck here. If we take a look up top here, everything looks good. APU gen is on, ground power is off, so that looks good. We'll turn on our anti-collision light. Everything up top looks good. Fuel pumps are on. We don't have any center fuel, so center pumps don't need to be turned on. But everything up top looks good. We also need to set our cruise altitude for our cabin pressure at 27,000. And our landing altitude into East Midlands is 300 feet. So that would be... I can't really see it, unfortunately. So we gotta go over here. 306 feet, so 350 will be fine. That's the closest to 306. So 27,000 for our flight altitude. And then landing altitude 350 for the cabin pressure on the aircraft. All right, that all looks good. We can head down here and actually let's get our parking brake on because we don't have that on right now. APU is running, so that looks good, and we are on APU gen, so up top looks good. All doors closed and locked. Everything is looking good there. And then we will take a look at our ground vehicles. All that's been removed, and now we can release the ground power and get on out of here. And then we'll also remove the chocks here and push back. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these flight sim videos. I enjoy making them, editing them, and it's fun to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I will be doing some other simulator games. I might be doing some F1 24 driver career, so Formula 1 24, so stay tuned for that. Maybe some other simulator games, but still mainly Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, maybe even 2024 if all that stuff gets sorted. But right now we're just going to stick with 2020, of course, and just make videos on it. Alright, so brakes set, chocks can be removed. There we go. So we'll check doors, closed and locked. Ground equipment is all removed, and all ground connections are removed. So that all looks good. And we'll go back to this. Okay. So up top, everything looks good. We can request pushback and get on out of here now. Everything's looking good for our FMC2. 146 for our V2 on rotation. But yeah, we're going to request pushback here and get on going. Alright, so pushback tug is connected. Now we're going to release the parking brake here and get on going.
All engines clear.
Alright.
Start at will.
Packs off for the engine start. And engine 1 to start. Watch it get up to, I think, about 15, 20. I think it's 20, and we start the engine. We'll watch that. Watch it rise, and then we'll start it here very soon. All right, engine 1 start. And we'll watch engine 1 start on up.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
We'll have to start the other engine first. All right, engine 2 is starting. Watch that. And engine 2 start. All right, all engines started. We'll let GSX know that we are all good.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
All right, bypass pin removed.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Go flaps 5. We'll head back up top here, turn the packs on. Switch to the generators. And APU can go off. All that looks good. Packs will come on here soon. Up top looks good. APU bleed can come off. Generator 2 and 1 are on. All that looks good. We'll do a quick control test and then we will get on going. If we look down here, we can do our control test to make sure everything works. So left aileron, right aileron, pull down, pull up, left rudder, right rudder. Alright, all looks good there. Controls are free. We got flaps 5 indicated there. So we are all looking good. We'll turn on our taxi light. There we go. And taxi to runway 24, which is just right over here, and then we go this way and take off. Alright, give some power, and we'll get on going. Alright, so we're approaching the runway here, and we will get ready for the departure. We'll arm our auto throttles, LNAV and VNAV for departure. We'll just hold short here a little bit and get ready for our departure. Alright, we'll slowly cruise on to the runway. Taxi light can come off. This can go to nav and strobe. Wing light on. Everything up top looks good. We are clear for takeoff. Flaps 5 set. RTO brake. Now, I am using a freeware airport from flightsim.to for the Edinburgh airport. I will have a link in the description to the freeware airport of Edinburgh. I also will be using the Payware for East Midlands, so I'll have a link in the description for the freeware airport. But for the Payware, I'll just have a note saying where I got it from, which is the Microsoft Flight Sim Marketplace in the Flight Sim itself is where I got the Payware for East Midlands. Or Orbex as well, you can get it too. Alright, we'll give some throttle here. Get ready to turn on our toga. There we go. Takeoff power set. Enjoy takeoff. knots. 80 knots. Neutral on the stick.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear coming up. Beautiful takeoff rotation. Nice departure too. It's not a bad departure whatsoever on this. Nose down a little bit. Still hand flying this plane. We'll go flaps 1. Alright, we'll engage autopilot now. Autopilot engaged. We got LNAV, VNAV, and auto throttle all engaged. We're climbing up to flight level 270. And autopilot's all engaged. And we can throw our flaps up now. Completely. Flaps are up 0 degrees. Flaps up. And we'll turn our auto brake off. There we go. Auto brake off. Gear is up. Checked. Flaps are up. Checked. Everything's looking good here on our climb out. Alright, so we have some step climbs that we have to do, which is fine. Not a big deal. We'll zoom out here up to 40 so we can see more of our flight plan here as we go up and then to the left here for our departure sequence on out of Edinburgh. For now, let's continue our climb out here as we make our way up to flight level 270. All right, so we are now above 10,000 feet, so we're going to take a look up top here and turn our landing lights off. So we'll turn all these lights off. All those lights are off, and wing light off. Everything else is good, so all lights that are supposed to be off are off. Gear is up, flaps are up. We're continuing our climb out here on our flight plan now. We are now off to departure. Climbing above 12,000 feet here, making our way up to flight level 270. So we'll continue our climbing here up to cruise, and I'll see you guys once we hit flight level 270. All right, we are now approaching our cruise altitude of flight level 270. And there goes the throttles coming back to maintain a good speed. And there we go, flight level 270. So now that we're at our cruise altitude, everything's looking good. We'll take a look up top here. Everything looks good up there. And that looks all good. Altitude, all that's good. And then our FMC, everything looks good here. We'll be at 270 for a little bit. And then next page, we're going to be starting our descent on our way down for the approach and landing into East Midlands. Now, this is like a big cargo hub airport. I've never flown into this airport. Like I said, we're going to be flying into this airport, and it has a Payware airport. So it's on the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 marketplace. That's where I got the Payware airport from. I'll have a little link in the description about it, and then a link in the description for the Freeware Edinburgh airport. But so far, so good. This will be exciting flying to this airport because it's a nice-looking Payware airport. But for now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy as we cruise here at flight level 270. I'll see you guys just before our top of descent. All right, so now we are starting our descent here on our way down to 5,000 feet, which if we take a look at the localizer, should be, I think, 5,000, I would hope. Oh, 2,000 actually, so we're going far down to 2,000. On our way down to 2,000 feet is our descent rate. Oh, sorry, is our altitude that we're descending down to. Everything's looking good right now. No problems. We're just going to continue our descent here on our way down to our 10,000 foot mark and transition altitude mark. And I will see you guys when we get our landing lights on and everything and get the approach and landing prepared. And we'll see how everything looks into East Midlands. East Midlands is perfect weather, perfect conditions, no problems. So that's going to be nice too. Barely any wind. So hopefully expecting a nice smooth landing into East Midlands as well. But for now, just enjoy the descent as we make our way on down to our 2,000 feet, but 10,000 feet is when we're going to turn our lights on and everything, get ready for the approach and landing. All right, so right now we are on the approach here. We just have to circle here, go in a complete circle and come back around for the approach, is how the flight plan is according to this. And then that's all good, but we'll turn our landing lights on right now. Runway turn-offs. We'll look up top as well, get our wing lights turned on. All that looks good. Up top looks good. We got our course set and our ILS set and our FMC. It's a flaps 40 at 137 for the approach, so that is all going to be set up there. We're just going to continue on the approach here. We got the speed brake out. Unfortunately, with this aircraft, you always have to have the speed brake out to descend because it just builds up too much speed. Our speed brake will be out for the whole entire duration probably. As we're continuing our descent, we will take a look at our landing en route. Go 27, I think we're landing. Yep. All operational, auto brakes 2, import the weather. That's totally fine, perfect. So yeah, we're gonna land with auto brakes 2 and flaps 40. I don't know why they're giving us 30, flaps 40. There we go. And that's all set there. So go to our FMC, that looks good, and then we'll go here, auto brakes 1, auto brakes 2. So, auto brakes are level 2, flaps 40 for landing, and then we'll arm our speed brake as we're just coming onto final for the approach. But for now, everything's looking good. We're just going to continue our descent here and get ready for the landing here very shortly. Altimeter here is going to be 1026, it looks like. Which I think we just got that like after like a few scrolls. Yep, 1026 checked. Everything's looking good here. We are continuing our descent, but we're going to be on the approach here very soon. So it's a very interesting approach into East Midlands, but this is very standard approach from coming from the north. If you're coming from the north, this is a very standard approach for this landing. Now the airport, if we zoom out a little bit here, is directly in front of us. Somewhere in front of us is the airport. Right there. There's East Midlands Airport right there, and some cool scenery. Like I said, I'm using photogrammetry, the Bing Maps, so it's much better scenery, which is nice. Okay, we're gonna give out some flaps here, and we're gonna take control of the speed and bring this down to bring it down to 200. And we'll get ready for the approach here now. Get ready for the landing. There's all the city and everything to our left there, it looks like. A little bit windy on the approach, but according to the landing, we have an 8-knot headwind and 0-knot crosswind. So weather's looking perfect. No low visibility, as you guys can see. That's something that's super nice about this. But everything's looking good, so I'm not sure what's going on with the winds right now. It's like very bumpy, but hopefully for the approach, it won't be like that. Hey, we're gonna bring down to 190. Actually, we'll go down to 180 because it's a sharp turn here. We'll go next notch of flaps. Look at our FMC here. 3,000 above 2,000 by CF27. CF27 or 2,000 feet by there. Okay. Yeah, definitely a little bit bumpy. We still have our speed brake out for reducing speed here. Still using VNAV to descend, but we're manually controlling the speed now. It's FMC speed, they call it. Everything's looking good here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this flight sim video and the more to come, as I will be posting more of these flight sim videos, maybe some live streams in the future as well. Damn, it's a little bit windy. Holy. What is it? 10-knot winds right now. We're gonna take control actually of the heading here because it looks like they want us to descend a little too low. Sorry, not too low, but we're gonna be too high. We have to get more past those white dotted lines there for us to be on a proper approach. So we're gonna use heading mode and vertical speed here to now descend the aircraft. On our way down here. Alright, we can do a right turn here. Check, 2,500. Holy crap, the winds. Oh my god, what the hell's going on here? The winds are actually crazy. Alright, glide slope is alive. All that looks good there. We're going to start reducing our speed now to 170. And VOR loc is what we're going to be using here now. There we go. VOR localizer grabbed. Next notch of flaps. And we can now bring in the speed brake, of course. Runway in sight. So we're looking good here for the approach, which is nice. And we'll throw the gear down here very soon. Before we put flaps 15, we have to put the gear down or it's going to start screaming at us, which is annoying. Alright, we'll throw the gear down now. Gear coming down. And once we get the gear down, we're going to start reducing speed even more. Which actually we can go to 160. We take a look at our initial reference, flaps 40 at 137. Oh my goodness. Go 150. Jesus, and approach can be engaged now. 137, flaps full now. All right, flaps full, checked. Gear down, 3 green, checked. Speed brake arm checked, auto brakes 2. We're looking good here. And everybody enjoy the landing into East Midlands here. This little bit of a windy landing. Jesus. The wind and the weather is... Well, weather's fine, as we can see, but the weather... not the weather, the wind is interesting. Very nice scenery, though. Definitely very nice scenery. We'll engage, disengage autopilot here very shortly as well. Checked. We're going to disengage autopilot. I'm going to disengage auto throttles here very shortly. Alright, auto throttles disengage. I have control. The glide slope, this is a very strange glide slope. We're going to ignore that for now.
Glide slope.
Because it's saying we need to go higher up. If we go higher up, we're way too high on the runway here.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
There it comes back.
200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Touchdown, reverses green, decel. Beautiful landing. Very nice landing. Alright, 60 clear them. We're gonna go manual braking here. There we go. Welcome to East Midlands and Nottingham Airport. We're gonna take the left turn right here, and then we gotta go up a little bit to the right there. We'll bring our flaps all the way up though. Flaps up. Speed brake off. We'll just slow down here. Don't want to go too fast, and then we'll bring our speed brake up. You just have to pull forward and hold, so then it goes. There we go. Flaps up, speed brake up. Let's turn all our lights off. Turn that on. That can go there. Wing light off. APU bleed on. So wing light off, strobe light off, landing lights off. All looking good. All right. And now we will continue our taxi here to our spot, which is just to the right over there. And then we'll be all good there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this flight. Pretty calm flight. That approach, that was pretty windy, not gonna lie. Pretty windy approach. Aircraft's all cleaned up. We're just gonna taxi to the gate. I think we're parking beside the DHL aircraft there, so we'll make our way over there. Alright, we'll take a look up top here though. We can start APU's on, we can turn to the APU generators. So we're already on that, so when we show up we can just turn off the engines and we're all good. Very nice landing. Perfect touchdown zone too. So I'm satisfied with that. Nice smooth landing. I gotta turn left right here. Nice smooth landing on the touchdown markers. Perfect speed, perfect angle. Yeah, in my opinion, that was a nice smooth landing into East Midlands Airport. This is the Payware Airport, like I said, which is going to be on the Microsoft Flight Sim Marketplace for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Gate 103, I think, is where we are parking, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 103, 102, 103, I think it is. We'll see where they're set up for us. All I know is that we're parking over in this area. All right, not this one, but the next one is where we're going to be parking. We'll turn our tax light off so we don't blind the marshaller. Okay, ready for our turn here. Overshot it a little bit. We can correct that quickly. Yep. Follow the numbers here. There we go. Perfect. All right. We will set our parking brake. There we go. And look up top here quickly. APU gen is running. That is good. And we will now turn off our engine 1 and 2. And our beacon light can go off. Very good parking. Ooh, let's go. Does it do the dance? Oh no, I thought they do the dance normally. Oh, they did do the dance, but we didn't get to see it. They do, I think it's called the Gangman style. Something like that. That dance, that like really popular song from many, many years ago. I think they do that when you get very good parking, but unfortunately I did not get to see it. All right, engines are off. That's all looking good. Up top looks good. So now we will throw our chocks on and everything and get the aircraft unloaded. And that'll be it there. We'll go to our ground ops, set chocks. There we go. And request the ground power. Get all that connected. And then we will request deboarding so we can get all the cargo off the aircraft. And that will do it for this video. All right, ground power is there. We're also going to request our stairs for the crew. And now we can turn on our ground power. And the APU can come off because the aircraft will be stuck here for a little long. Everything else up top looks good. APU bleed can come off. Packs can come off because we have no air going through. And that all looks good. We'll get our stairs connected here. And now, which they're connected. So now we're going to request deboarding. And that will do for the... Alright, as we are unloading all the cargo here. And deboarding the aircraft. Everything's looking good here. Nice flight, nice smooth landing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this flight sim video. If you do enjoy the content, then consider subscribing. Turn that notification bell on so you won't miss a new video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next flight sim video. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!